Welcome to another episode of Mighty Car Mods. We are rolling down the highway in Gramps, Bridgestone
Supergramps.
Supergramps. We're rolling down the highway in Supergramps. Bridgestone sent us a set of their new Potenza Adrenal RE003s. We've been running the RE002s in our cars in the past, of course. So it's time to try out a new tyre because we have had some traction issues with Gramps, which means we're definitely going to have traction issues with Supergramps.
Yeah, that's right. So once this went into the new shell, I thought, hey, I'll give it a boot, and I did, and the car went sideways, and it's all-wheel drive, which means I had no grip.
Yeah.
And then I looked at my tyres and understood why.
Yeah, so I guess that's the thing when you've got kind of a car that's making some decent power. You want that power to actually get down to the ground. And so that's what we're going to do today. Now the RE003 is an enthusiast tyre, so it's made for...
Exactly. I mean, an enthusiast tyre fills the gap somewhere between you're not going to run a full race slick on your car all the time, and you're not, you know, if you actually care about grip, then you're not going to run a super cheap, crappy street tyre. So
yeah.
it fills the gap and means you can do both.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously has wet weather performance and dry weather performance. So we're going to go and try them out, but also we're going to give you some information on how you can decode all the hieroglyphics on the side of a tyre. So you've probably seen all the letters and numbers. We're going to run through exactly what all of that stuff means, so you can become the tyre whisperer of some kind. So we also have some other tyres on Gramps at the moment, and so we're going to be going head to head. It's going to be mad. We're on our way to Marulan Driver Training Centre, which is where we like to go and race things. We've had a lot of battles there over the years, haven't we?
Yeah, it's a great track. It's very tight, twisty, technical. It'll really expose any issues with tyres.
What's the favourite battle that you've ever had down at Marulan, Martin?
Oh, the Figaro versus Turd, that was so much fun.
I'm going to agree.
When you were lifting a tyre, trying to catch up because your car was slow.
The tricycle, the Figaro tricycle.
Yeah.
I love that. Anyway, so it's going to be an awesome day. We're on a track, we're trying tyres. We're in Supergramps, of course. Supergramps is... Marty, how's Supergramps going? I think we should see. I think we should drop down a couple of gears and just see. That was good, Martin.
Makes all the right noise.
That was great. I like the gobble. All right, there it is. Let's do this. We're 90 minutes out of Sydney at Marulan Driver Training Centre. It's a 1 kilometre long, tight and technical track. It doesn't have the high-speed runs that some other tracks have, but what it lacks in high speed, it makes up for in its tight corners. The same ones you'd find on a twisty country road. Only here there's way less things to hit, like kangaroos, and more importantly, no one else on the road. Okay, here we go. So this is our first test with the original tyres that came on Gramps. They're just normal street tyres.
Everyday street tyres. They're basically designed to last, kind of, you know, cheaper end of the scale.
From the shopping centre to the drive-through.
Exactly, shopping centre, drive-through, and back in your garage again. That's literally where they're designed to go.
Yep.
Now it's worth keeping in mind that this is an all-wheel drive car, so it's going to have a tendency to understeer. It really was originally a front-wheel drive car, and then they added the stuff later, so it's not like a Silvia or something that where the rear end wants to come around. The front will push out before the back does.
Exactly.
So we're really going to notice it on those front tyres when they start scrubbing. At the moment we don't have too much speed, but we're slowly picking it up, averaging about 60 k's an hour through the corner, and you can feel the car.
Starting to feel it now, starting to pull at 60.
You can feel it leaning over, and I'm adding more and more steering lock, but the car's not steering anymore, which is when you know you've got understeer.
Exactly. So right there, 50 k's an hour now.
There we go. Now it's starting to come in.
That was at 45 k's an hour. We're starting to lose grip on that corner. So that's a good reference. That corner 45 and we're losing it.
Yeah. You can feel the car really kind of lean into that outside tyre. It doesn't feel unsafe, but it doesn't give you confidence either.
Not at all.
So, and you can tell a lot of the time, there it goes again.
All right, that was 50 k's again.
A lot of the time you can tell by when your arms run out of lock, when you steer like this, often your car will run out of lock at the same time. So if you're really peeling that steering wheel around, there's no more grip there in those tyres.
Yeah, exactly. All right, 55 kilometers an hour. So that is the speed we need to beat. That's the comparison. We need to be able to get around these corners at over 55 kilometers an hour without understeer, and then we know we've got a clear winner.
And this track really does sort of simulate a good kind of, you know, blat through the country hills, because yes, you can do these corners a lot quicker, but it's not really in the real world.
Not on these tyres.
Well, no. In the real world, you don't have this much room to have a mistake. Like if you're in a lane, I'm now across the other side of the road.
Wow.
And I'm doing.
And that's at 50.
Yeah. let's see if we can find a little circuit, shall we?
Yeah, so what we're going to set up now is a little circuit. We're just going to go round and round in circles just to double reconfirm that we are talking about 55 kilometers an hour. So I'll move these witches hats.
Yep.
We'll go round and round and round, Marty, and this will give us a chance to really push that understeer and see how far it can go.
Let's do it. Alright, so Moog is designated cameraman and I get the fun job.
The quality of your tyre will also affect how well you can launch, how well you can brake, and how well the tyre copes with heat. Now, handling isn't all about understeer, but in our particular car, it's the easiest measure on this track of how much grip we have and something we're able to quantify by slowly building up corner speed.
And we're going to use this little circuit and see how much speed it takes before we completely wash out. 50, 55. Let's pick it up a bit. 60. Oh, no, that's not working. Let's try one more time, go a bit faster. Let's see what happens at 65. Oh, this feels scary. No, it's all over. That's all it's got. 65 k's an hour before it's a complete washout.
Sorry, what's that?
At 65, it's a complete washout.
65 on this circuit.
Yeah.
All right, so we got 55 on the main circuit, 65 on this little ring.
Yep, that's what really punishing it. Not high speed, but lots of lock.
We're fitting our STI wheels wrapped in RE003s to Supergramps. We've put some Ks on them already so they are properly broken in and ready to roll. So if you've ever wondered what all the numbers and markings mean on the side of your tyre, I'm about to fill you in. So the first number on these ones is a 225, and that is the width of the tyre. So that's 225 mil, which is, you know, perfectly suited to these rims that are on the Gramps, the Supergramps in fact. Now the next number is 40, and that is the aspect ratio. So that number there denotes how big the sidewall is compared to the width. So this is 40% of 225. Now the R means that the construction of a tyre is radial ply. It's pretty much how every passenger tyre is made these days. 18 is the size of the tyre, so it's an 18-inch tyre. Now the next numbers are ones that people normally look over, and that is 92W, and that is the load and the rating of this tyre and what it can safely run out. So 92 means that each of these tyres can run 630 kilos of load on it, and the W is a number that, it's an alphabetical scale, and basically the higher the number in the alphabet, the faster the tyres can safely run. And the W means that these tyres can safely be run at 270 kilometers an hour. Now it's worth noting that if you want the best drivability of your car, even though there's lots of trends with stretching tyres and pulling tyres and doing all sorts of different things, if you want your car to actually drive the best, it's best to kind of get a tyre that suits your rim. I know that's crazy and the internet may tell you otherwise, but that is what's going to give you the best and the safest driving experience.
With our tyre lettering decoded, it's time to hit the track and see what kind of results we get.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of laps, 2 laps, to kind of get them up to speed and get them up to heat, the same as we did with the last tyres.
First 2 corners, man.
Yeah, I know.
How much more you're doing this?
Yeah, I know. I mean, there's more body rolls and there's more grip.
You need more seat.
I'm really intrigued to see how much faster we can get around these corners. That's the main thing I want to know. Now, on our main track testing, 55 kilometers an hour is when we're starting to, we're losing traction, we're understeering. So
scrubbing to the point where you are going further that way than you are that way.
Yeah, exactly.
So this will put a little bit of warmth into the tyre. You probably noticed we don't have to actually wring the car's neck to get a lot of corner speed. We just, oh wow, we just kind of turn it in and just cruise it through, and means the car can do this all day long. Otherwise we have to come in after a few laps.
And it's why Marullan Driver Training Centre is perfect for this, because it very closely replicates the kind of driving you do, whether it's the Gorge, the Old Pacific Highway, the Royal Nasho. I mean, this is the kind of spirited driving that people do, you know, on the street. So it's a really good replication of that environment.
That's it. I mean, track days are a whole nother thing. Like it is definitely a good idea to get a high quality tyre for a track day. But track days you can top out over 200 k's an hour up a straight. How often you do it on the street? I hope never. All
right, so this is the lap. All right,
we'll get into it a bit more. This one. I can feel already that it's just kind of, it's just behaving better. It's going exactly where I point it, and that's important.
All right, let's see. So we're hitting this corner now at 80.
Yep.
Yep. That's okay. Fair enough.
Put a bit more Harrier.
All right, now this one here was 55, these next two. So let's see. We're on 65 now, and we're fine.
This was the worst.
This was the worst one. We're on 60.
Yep.
60. Okay, good. So we got an extra 5 on that.
This is a big one because it sweeps right in. Big understeer corner.
70 that time.
Yep.
All right, so we're going much better now. I do want to reiterate, this is not like fully scientific testing. This is two guys rolling around in a modified Subaru wagon.
On a track, which is bad.
You know, on a track. But we can already see so far that we're getting an extra 10, at least an extra 10 kilometers corner speed so far, which is awesome. Let's pick it up this time, Marty, and see how far we can take it. We should be all up to warmth now and ready to roll.
All right, here we go.
And Gramps is getting his power down to the ground for once.
It is,
which
exactly
is awesome.
right. All right, here we go. Tuck him in.
Tuck him in, and got 75, no problem.
The difference is also that you get to choose where on the apex you go, you know what I mean? Like, you go to the braking, go to the corner, cut the apex, and it goes where you point it, and that's the big difference too.
70, no problem. All right,
Control.
pull it. Okay, great. We're seeing between 10 to 15 kilometers of an increased corner speed right now. All right, take it hard down here, Marty. I want you to push it, really push it. That's it. That's it, good. Hard on this one, hard on this one.
ABS.
Good, good,
More
good,
ABS
good.
means more
Great.
grip, that's good.
Hard on this one. I want you to go hard around the whole corner. Let's see how far this can go. That's 80. That's 80 slowing down. We're on 70.
This is not understeering though. See, it isn't if they're squealing, but they're not. We're not
Yeah,
drifting
great,
out.
great. What speed did we get to last time? Just going round and round and round?
I think we got into the
65?
Yeah, 65. But at 65, we're completely washing out.
Okay, cool. All right, so that's the number to beat. I'll hop out. Let's go again.
Cool. Here we go. Got the thumbs up. Racetrack testing. Let's see what kind of speeds we can get up. Just hooking it around this corner. Third gear. Hold it steady. Got to cut this one super tight. Taking more effort to keep myself in the seat, that's for sure. All right, let's go straight in at 60. No understeer. No understeer at 60. Gosh, I can feel how much quicker this is going. All right, let's try again. Let's try at 65. Starting to scrub, but holding its line. 65, not bad. Let's try again, even quicker. Launch it into the corner a bit harder. All right, here we go. 65, coming up to 70, and it's staying. I'm going to pull this seatbelt off its mount. Alright, here we go, another big one. Yep, well, that got to 75 before it started to scrub out.
And that's a mad success. The most common question we've been asked over the years is what mod should I do to my car first? And we always say suspension and tyres. And with the power that Supergramps is making, now we know we'll be able to give him the grip that he deserves.
From the heartbreaking end to the original Gramps through to the birth of Supergramps, we've come so far in just a few weeks. And now for the first time we're able to get the power to the ground and attack the streets, cruise the highways, do some track days and pull a trailer home from the hardware shop. All things that a touring wagon are made for. With his large capacity turbocharged engine, updated mods and modern chassis, Gramps has well and truly earned his super title. And now the final question is, how fast can he fly down the quarter mile? But that's a question for another time.
So there it is, we've done all our testing, really happy with the results, and most importantly, they're tyres that we can just leave on the car now.
So Martin, that's the end of this chapter of Gramps for a little while, isn't it? Not the end of the book, of course, but we're flipping over to a new chapter.
Exactly, which means I've got a working car with grip, which means we can use it further down the track for mad mods.
Awesome. So there it is. That is this week. Of course, you can keep your eyeballs on our Faceballs, faceballs.com/mightycarmods. And next week, Martin, not a new chapter, a whole new book, Martin, with the car that I bought. It's going to be epic.
What's the title? What's the title of the book?
What?
What's the title of the book?
Oh, the title of the book is Moog Buys an Awesome Car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which means you probably won't like it, but everyone else will. Anyway, that's it this week. See you later, guys. Thank you for watching. And of course, thank you to Bridgestone for supplying the tyres. It was an epic day. Racetracks, cars,
Great.
Supergramps.
Yep, love it.
85, Mark.